Hello there, and a very big welcome to you joining us live for the launch of 3 satellites from the Guiana Space Center. In South America, we're here in Paris. There on the pad, we have 2 telecommunication satellites and 1 mission extension vehicle, which is very exciting new technology. Now, we're starting the program, we believe, with a red status panel. I'd like to introduce you to Stéphane Israel, who is the CEO of Arianespace, the company launching the satellites. Thanks for being with us, Stéphane. As I said, we're starting with a red status panel, and it would seem that Mother Nature is not being very kind to us at the moment.
Yes, so you know that to be ready for a launch, you need basically 3 things. You need the launcher to be ready, and up to now, the launcher is perfectly ready. You need the satellites of our dear customers to be ready, and they are ready, but you need also to have the weather on your side. And up to now, we do not have the weather on our side, so we will have to wait a little bit during the launch window to see whether it turns out to be green, but now it's red.
So just to explain that, we have a launch window tonight of about 47 minutes. A launch window, of course, is the time during which we can launch. We hope to launch at some point during our launch window tonight, and so fingers crossed for the weather. Stéphane, tell us about our satellites. We've got 3 on board.
Yes, so we have 3 satellites on board, which is very unusual because usually we have 2 satellites on board, and tonight we have 3 satellites on board. In the upper positions, we have Galaxy 30 for Intelsat. We have MEV-2, which is a mission extension vehicle for SpaceLogistics LLC, which is a subsidiary of Northrop Grumman. And in the lower position, we have BSAT-4b and Maxar. BSAT-4b is a Japanese operator. And you know that we have very, very long-lasting relationship with Intelsat. First Intelsat satellite was launched in 1983. And BSAT in 1997, so an old story between us.
And that's one of the wonderful things about space, isn't it? Is the great relationships that develop over many, many years. Now, what's been happening in recent days?
Yes, so you know that a few days ago we have had to change a sensor which is inside the liquid hydrogen tank of the main stage. We have made this operation on August the 7th. It has been done perfectly well, and so we have made the transfer of the launcher on the launch pad 2 days ago.
Okay, well, let's see if we can go over now to the Guiana Space Center, because, of course, as I said, Stéphane and I are in Paris, and in the Guiana Space Center, we can actually see there is the Ariane launcher on the pad. It's an Ariane 5, the heavy lifter of the Ariane family of launchers, and this is the launch Mission Control Center, and this is Luce Fabregat. Luce, thank you very much indeed for joining us. Are you able to give us any more information on the situation tonight?
Yes, please, Katie. Here we are in the flight directorate, the flight desk, where we are 4 of us for tonight. Roland Lagier, our highest technical authority at Arianespace, CTO. Bruno Gérard, who is heading the Arianespace teams here in French Guiana, fully connected with local authorities, and on communication aspects with us, Martin Studer, and we will have this flight desk tonight. We will have the final say and the decision to go or to postpone. As was explained by Stéphane, you can see that.
Sorry, I interrupted you, Luce, and I didn't mean to. I was going to say, obviously, very responsible job. I think you were going to go on to tell us the latest.
Yes, as was explained by Stéphane, in fact, we need 3 entities to go, the satellites, and they are here in front of us. The customers are there, ready to go. The launch vehicle with its ground segment is also clear and green tonight. And as you've seen, we've got, on the big screen in front of us, we've got a red on the Meteo side. As you know, 5 hours ago, before the launch, 5 hours before the H0 that was targeted, we took the decision to fill the launch vehicle. At that time, we took this decision based on the weather forecast for the H0 for 6:33 p.m. That is local time for the opening of the launch window, based on the models we have on the weather forecast for this H0. After that, we had a balloon, a new balloon. We had the balloon also in the morning, but we had a new balloon around 3 hours before this targeted H0, and this balloon gave us an information that winds in terms of direction and in terms of levels were not favorable for launch at the beginning of the launch window at 6:33 local time. So we decided to have a new balloon, and this new balloon was launched a little more than 1 hour ago, and its data are being processed now, and we will have the results for these balloons in a few tenths of minutes, and that means we are no more in a position to target the beginning of the launch window, 6:33 p.m., and so the operations will go on, and we will stop the operation on the launch vehicle on the ground segment at -7 minutes before the launch. That is the beginning of the automated sequence, and at that time we will stop the countdown, and we will wait for the information coming from this new balloon, for the last balloon of -1:30 minutes, 1 hour and 30 minutes, and based on this data, we will decide to go or not. And that means we will not target the beginning of the launch window, as I said, but we will target a new H0 at 7 p.m. and 4 minutes.
Luz, thank you very much indeed for taking the time to explain that to us. So just to recap, we are waiting now for the synchronized sequence, which starts at -7 for the countdown to stop at that point, which is what we are expecting to happen. Waiting for the range operations manager.
À tous de DDO, arrêt du décompte suite à un rouge lié aux conditions météo. Que tous les moyens restent prêts pour la reprise de la chronologie à 0-7 minutes en cas de retour au vert.
Okay, so the range operations manager, just to translate that for everybody who doesn't speak French, has announced that we have a new launch time fixed, which is 7:04 Kourou time. Is that correct?
Yes, so as explained by Luz, so we are now going to monitor the weather, and if there is a positive evolution, which can happen, then we should be ready for a new launch slot, which should be at so in Kourou it will be 7:04, and the decision will be made 10 minutes before. So I think we will come back 10 minutes before 7:04 to see how the situation is evolving, and if this red turns out to be green, which would be positive. Otherwise, we will wait up to tomorrow.
Okay, thanks very much indeed for that, Stéphane. So just to recap on those times that Stéphane was saying, so that's a new launch time of 7:04 in Kourou, in French Guiana, and that is a launch time of 10, I believe, 04 UTC, Universal Time. So we're going to come back to you 9 minutes or 10 minutes before that at around about 5 to 10 in the evening, Universal Time. That's about 5 to 12 in Paris. And we will see you back here then. Please come and join us.
Thank you.